following message is transmitted at the request of the Derry Police Department. At 7:36 a.m., a 911 call was made regarding a missing child, Ben A. Ben is a white male, 9 years of age, and was last seen wearing green cargo shorts and a black shirt. He is 4 foot 7 inches and weighs 61 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. He was last seen leaving his father's home in the West Town neighborhood. It is unknown where Ben is, but it is speculated that he is in great danger. The identity of who took him is also unknown at this time. If you see this child, do not approach him and call 911 as soon as possible.
Breaking news. Missing child 9-year-old Ben Thay was recently found dead in the Woodbury Forest. His cause of death is unknown, but residents are advised to stay away from the Woodbury Forest and Woodbury State Park at this time. In other news, an ice cream shop in Portland was robbed, and the robbers claimed that the ice cream was going to heal them of any disease.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Derry Police Department. At 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, several 911 calls regarding numerous disappearances of other persons were reported throughout Somerset County. The suspect is unknown at this time, but is speculated to be the same suspect who murdered 9-year-old Ben Thay 3 weeks ago, due to the bite marks on his arms and legs. However, that cannot be confirmed at this time. Please stand by for a message from the county official for Somerset County.
Hello, I'm Peter Wayne, head of the Somerset County Management Agency. I'm sure from the emergency alert system you are aware of the current situation. This individual's description is unknown, but he's known to be in bright colored clothing. This individual appears to know the area very well and is also known to be targeting adults and some children. All of the people that have been abducted are in extreme danger. We also ask that you do the following to ensure all of your safety, as this person is making high-coordinate attacks. Keep a charged cell phone on you in case you experience any danger to your life or property, as this individual is cutting power lines. We recommend anyone in the nearby areas of Derry to stay inside and lock doors and windows. Only call 911 if you have an actual emergency, as misuse of the 911 emergency line may put people's lives at risk. More state police will be arriving in Derry shortly. Thank you.
That was an administrative message from a representative of Somerset County. Stay tuned to local media outlets for more info on this situation.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Maine State Police and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. At 6:30 a.m., it was reported that over 70 people have disappeared across the state over the course of the last week. It is unknown where these people are, but they are known to be in extreme danger. 3 corpses were found in the Woodbury Forest near Woodbury State Park. One of the bodies was a volunteer part of a search team that had gone missing. In addition, there were several reports of violent break-ins and carjackings throughout the state. The city of Derry and Somerset County appears to be the center of all these events, meaning most of them took place around the area. The victims of these carjackings and break-ins went missing shortly after. The Maine State Police and the FBI will be investigating the situation more into the next several days and have issued a curfew for all citizens in the state of Maine. The curfew is 8:30 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. as most attacks happen during the nighttime. If you are caught outside after 8:30 p.m. and before 6:30 a.m. without the proper authorization papers, you will be detained and questioned. Do all of your chores and activities during the day. Stay tuned to local media outlets on this situation.
Portland Tower, this is American 1544 requesting clearance to land.
1544, cleared to land on runway 19er.
Cleared to land on runway 19er, American 1544. Descending now.
1544. American 1544. What the fuck's up? What?
Hello?
Hi, can I help you?
Hi, there's an emergency on the aircraft. There's someone stabbed in business class, the cockpit isn't answering, and there's Mace. I think Mace in first class, and I think we're getting hijacked.
Alright, what flight are you on?
1544.
So did you say that someone is stabbed in business class?
Yes, there is. We don't know who they are, and we can't call a cockpit. Yeah, someone's attempting to call medical. There's 7 people. Alright, the plane is making radical movements. We're descending and we're just banked right majorly. We have seat numbers for the hijacker. 9D.
Oh my god, that seat has no ID.
Oh god, we're turning too far. Oh.
Just stay on the line with me.
Okay, the aircraft's back, but not banking. It's shaking really bad. It's making rapid movements.
Alright, look out the window. Can you see anything?
What the hell is happening? I see water. Trees. We're low. We're far too low. God.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Maine State Police in conjunction with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. At 5:42 p.m., a Delta Airlines A320neo airplane has crashed into the South Portland Gardens near Portland International Jetport. The South Portland Gardens are now completely destroyed from the crash, and fuel from the aircraft that was leaked from the explosion has caused a fire to erupt. This crash was confirmed to be a one-person hijacking that was carefully planned from an unknown individual. Due to this hijacking being carefully planned, all airspace in Nova Scotia and the northeastern United States has ceased until further notice. Stay away from the fire, so firefighters can extinguish it as soon as possible before it spreads to other nearby areas. In addition, one eyewitness of the crash has said that he spotted one individual jumping out of the aircraft right before impact. Therefore, today's curfew is being extended by an hour and a half. It will go from 8:30 tonight through 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. The FBI and the Maine State Police will continue to monitor and investigate this situation. More information will be provided within the next several days.
Breaking news has just come in. A search group looking for Kevin LaFont, a 5-year-old missing child, was declared missing at 3:35 a.m. after several loved ones and friends attempted to call or get a hold of them when they were supposed to be done at 10 p.m. Several 911 calls were made from the search group, which someone helped investigators find what happened. It is unknown what has happened to this group. The last communication made from the search team was when one man had called his wife, telling her that he needed to stay 1 hour late after they got permission from local authorities to extend the search to 10 p.m., as blood that was confirmed to belong to Kevin LaFont was found at 8:04 p.m. The families of the missing search team are having trouble realizing that the team may be dead.
following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Maine State Police. At approximately 2 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Maine State Troopers reportedly saw a mysterious figure in the Woodbury Forest. This figure was said to somewhat resemble a clown. It is most likely responsible for the disappearances of the search team members and 5-year-old Kevin Laffont, as well as the confirmed death of 9-year-old Benthay. The extended curfew will now be in effect for the next 5 days. All people and pets must be indoors by 8:30 and are to remain indoors with all windows and doors locked until 8 a.m. the following morning. Failure to comply is against the law. If you are caught outside during the curfew hours, you will be immediately arrested and questioned. The FBI and the Maine State Police thank you for your cooperation. The following message is transmitted at the request of the New York Police Department. At 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a massive red cloud formed over Manhattan and parts of Kings and Queens, and an unknown individual began descending from the clouds dressed in clown clothing that now identifies itself as it. After a recent encounter with state troopers, several clues were found in Derry, Maine regarding this subject's intentions and who it is, but other information is not known at this time. Everyone in New York should seek shelter in an interior room on the lowest floor of the building they are currently in. If you are outside, get indoors immediately and put as many objects between you and the outside. It is lethal. It will abduct all children it sees and will violently kill anyone else in its path, causing maximum pain by biting the victim. Seek shelter now. If you stay outside, you will most likely face certain death. Do not investigate any strange noises you hear. If someone in your party goes missing, do not look for them, as you will be putting your life at serious risk. This individual has shown in previous encounters that he is capable of doing many things that a regular human cannot. At this time, you need to lock all doors and windows and board them up. The United States government has closed all airspace in the northeastern United States until further notice due to a total of 3 airliners crashing due to this phenomenon. Do not attempt to evacuate. You will put your life in major risk.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the...
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. Mass devastation and casualties have been reported all across the northeastern United States, as well as some parts of Canada as well. It has been causing destruction and terror. Several tall structures in the northeastern United States have collapsed. This includes the One World Trade Center in New York City. Several reports of massive fires breaking out due to the situation were reported as well. A new discovery has been found that sheltering from it is useless and does not protect you at all. This is an extremely dangerous situation, and the following actions should be taken. Turn off all heating, gas lines and air vents. Lock windows and doors and gather everyone in your household. When you evacuate, tie any bright-colored cloth or piece of fabric to your mailbox or doorknob, so local authorities and emergency management are aware that you are taking the proper actions necessary to ensure your safety. Do not attempt to pick loved ones up from schools, nursing homes, or hospitals, as these facilities have their own evacuation procedures and plans to reunite with loved ones. Evacuate in a common expedient manner. Get all food, water, clothing, medical supplies that includes medication, as well as a battery-powered radio. Do not panic, as this will only make the situation worse. Stay tuned to Commercial Weather Radio for more information on this situation. Again, do not hesitate to evacuate. Leave now.
This is a national emergency. The Canadian government has issued a civil danger warning.
C'est une urgence nationale. Le gouvernement canadien a lancé un avertissement de danger civil.
A strange phenomenon called IT has affected the entire northeast United States and is slowly expanding to other nearby areas. IT has caused mass panic and devastation across the United States after this creature had suddenly begun a killing spree across the area, and the death toll is currently in the millions. IT was spotted heading over the Peace Bridge into Ontario and is to be attacking St. Catharines. If you see a clown-like figure, run away from it immediately and call 911, and run away under no circumstances should you interact with the figure, as this will guarantee certain death. Police have said that this creature is immune to gunshots or any kit of defense. Residents near the Canada-United States border and parts of Ontario should be prepared to evacuate to a safe place in case of an escalation to this dangerous situation. The cities of Niagara Falls, Hamilton, and St. Catharines are slowly become uninhabitable and unrecoverable. This situation is very dangerous and needs to be taken seriously. Turn off heating and air condition, and lock your doors and windows and doors, and gather your family members. Make sure you have enough food, water, medical supplies, and a battery-powered radio with you at this time. We advise everyone to continue to monitor new outlets, as the situation is very dangerous.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. The phenomenon has continued to expand further. Many cities in the northeastern United States have been completely destroyed. It is expected to reach the easternmost part of the central United States within 24 hours. Everyone in the lower peninsula, Indiana, and Ohio are to evacuate now. This is non-negotiable. Gather all people in your home and evacuate to somewhere safe now. To tell authorities that you have evacuated, tie a bright-colored piece of cloth or fabric to your mailbox or doorknob. If you see a clown-like figure, run away from it and call 911 immediately. The United States government is deploying all armed forces to deal with this situation. More information will be provided before 11:59 p.m. tomorrow.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is a national emergency. All regular programming has been suspended at the request of the White House. Stand by for a message from the President or his representative.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
My fellow Americans, we are going through a crisis. A strange entity has annihilated much of the eastern United States. This destruction prompted an evacuation order of the eastern and central United States. The West Coast is facing major overpopulation, mainly the cities of Los Angeles and San Francisco. This has resulted in millions of citizens, including young children, without homes. This may be one of the biggest refugee crises in American history. Unfortunately, all the United States Armed Forces attempts to kill this entity failed horribly. In fact, it escalated to the point where we had to use nuclear weapons. Now, the northeast United States is a barren wasteland, uninhabitable. This entity has already expanded as far as Denver and will reach the West Coast within 48 hours. The only option left is to leave the United States. If you're not legally allowed to leave, then just prepare for death. Pray as much as you can. Faith is always
This is an emergency broadcast requested by the United Kingdom Ministry of Defence. Reports have come in that many people have committed suicide for no apparent reason. Some have speculated that the growing phenomenon known as it in North America has expanded to the UK. Even though no non-suicidal deaths or missing persons have been reported yet, you should keep a close eye. The United States and Canadian governments advise you to immediately run away if you see a clown-like figure, as interaction with this entity will result in certain death. Stay tuned to local news outlets for more info. Please listen to these instructions. It is necessary to complete the plan. Do not panic. I repeat, do not panic.
This is a national emergency for all states in Germany. An unknown individual that has caused mass devastation for the cities of Munich and Berlin were reported. Several reports of images of what appears to foreign militaries as a clown that has caused mass devastation to parts of Canada and the United States has caused a mass amount of fear and panic throughout eastern and southeast Germany, including Bavaria. The images are disturbing and are causing panic and are causing major damage to cities. Images or videos of this strange creature can cause the victim to commit mass suicide. Due to this situation, multiple car crashes have been reported throughout the city, causing fires and damage to cities in Germany. We advise everyone to lock all doors and windows and shut all blinds. Stay off the roads at all times as mass devastation is being reported. Everyone should destroy all computers or any kind of electronic devices, as these are able to transmit this disturbing image. Cities all across Europe are being destroyed due to this situation and are becoming uninhabitable, such as Paris, France, Berlin, Germany, Vienna, Austria, Warsaw, Poland, Zurich, Switzerland, London, England, Moscow, Russia, Athens, Greece, Madrid, Spain, and other cities. Do not let anyone inside, no matter how hard they beg, as these people are confirmed to hostile and are showing people disturbing images causing them to kill themselves in any way possible. The European Union and United Nations are being called into all affected areas across North America and Europe, but are so far unsuccessful. Get food, water, medical supplies, medications, clothing and a battery-powered radio for your stay in the current building you in. Stay in the lowest part of your home and barricade yourselves with anything humanly possible. All air travel and boat travels are now being delayed until the situation is resolved. The death toll across the planet is believed to be 19 million. The Prime Minister is currently being transported to a safe location and will speak on all stations in 8 hours. Evacuation orders may take place in major cities, and you should be prepared to evacuate if an evacuation order is given to your area. Anyone hearing this message, we advise to get in the lowest part of your home and stay there. Please stay updated on this situation for new information. Do not hesitate. Seek shelter now.
All clear. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. The cloud-like figure, known as it, reportedly disappeared into thin air just outside of Washington, D.C. This is an all clear. Repeating, this is an all clear. It is safe to go outside. It has left. However, you should be advised that this phenomenon has caused mass destruction across the United States. If you are in the following cities, remain in your shelter until the rubble and debris has cleared out. The affected cities are Portland, Maine, Boston, Massachusetts, New York City, New York, Buffalo, New York, Cleveland, Ohio, Detroit, Michigan, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Baltimore, Maryland, Wilmington, Delaware, Stamford, Connecticut, Concord, New Hampshire, Montpelier, Vermont. If you are in any of these cities, remain in your current location, which should be away from the affected areas, until the rubble and debris has been cleared out. This may take up to 1 week. Another emergency alert will be issued for the affected areas once the rubble is gone. Stand by for a message from the President of the United States.
Good evening. Tonight I can report to the American people that it has vanished just outside of Washington, D.C. It has been responsible for the murder of hundreds of millions of people across the planet, showing no mercy to any man, woman, or child. It has been one of the darkest times in our history. We will always remember the millions of people gone missing or killed. America's icons have been destroyed. The Freedom Tower, the Golden Gate Bridge, Statue of Liberty, and even the Capitol, all gone. And yet that's not even the worst. We know the worst sighting possible. The empty seats at the dinner table, children forced to grow up without a mother or father, with the dark memories of them being killed filling their head. Let me say this, Americans. We will and must remain strong during these dark times. I guarantee you, we will rise from this stronger than ever before. Why? Because we are the goddamn USA. This concludes my message.
by the United Kingdom Ministry of Defence.